So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select an Excel spreadsheet. So maybe I should move this one. So I can select the upload wizard. So I will select to upload SKU data, which is actually my historical data. So I just need to select one file. And so I will select an Excel spreadsheet. So the tool, as I said, the wizard starts to analyze the spreadsheets. And in this particular case, I host different tabs. So I need to select the one that contains my historical data. And again, when you reach this step, the tool tries to detect dates in the system. So as you can see, it was able to detect that I have dates in the file header here, okay? And they are actually highlighted in green, because if I don't want to upload them all, I can unselect, okay, very quickly this data. So here, the tool has identified all these period till April 2022. I'm a little bit in the future in the demo. And it tries to detect the format of the dates, because you have different formats. So every tool, every data will come from another tool probably, and all the tools provide a different format, right? So the tool tries to analyze the format of your file, and in this case, you see detect that this is months and year, okay? But you have many other formats. You can even use a calendar format if the tool, let's say you have some letters, it's really specific, and the tool is not able to pick the right format. If, let's say, you can select calendar, you give him the first period, okay, in the calendar, and it will compute automatically. And you can use this custom. We have an article explaining how to use custom, which is again another way to help the tool to determine the format of your date. Then you need to check that this is also, depending on your geo, you may have different ways to host your numbers. So here we are using a European style, so we have we have no separators at the 1000 level. But if for people in the US, they may have 1 comma, okay. And here the tool tries to map automatically all the files, all the fields in my file, okay, on the left, to the one that are already existing in the database, okay. So we provide by default just a few numbers and a few number of fields because every customer wants to customize its environment for its own needs. So we just have part number, location, description, and 2 financial information, which is the cost of every single item, and the resale price for every single item. And from these 2 data, we can compute the margin, the profit, automatically. So you just need to enter those data, and the rest will be done automatically. And if you don't have any field that are custom to your organization, it's very easy. For example, here I want to add a customer, okay? So I say add new field. This is a text field, okay? I put it in general. There is no units. Usually this is always the kind of setting you will get, so you don't need to think too much about it. So you can see now that I have created a customer field. And similarly, I want to create a products family. So I will add products family. And now, oops, no, I have no units. And now I have a new field, which is product family, okay? So I have the option to compute my forecast, to define the lowest level of the forecast. So the most basic one, of course, is to compute at the part number level, where I could decide, to compute it. Let's say I have some key customers that are really representing a lot of business for my organization. I could decide to go one level below and something more refined and create the forecast at the part number customer level. Of course, I would add much more forecast because I will add more combinations, but at least it gives me the flexibility to track every information at this level. Okay. So then you have a summary table. You can see that actually all the information that the tool will upload into the system. You can see, you can recognize the fields, okay, plus the 2 fields that we created for the upload. You can see my historical data, okay, till April, and I have this option. So in particular, if you load more than 3 years of data, the tool can automatically compute for you the accuracy and the KPI for the 12 last period at the lowest level. So here, by selecting this option, what I'm requesting the tool actually is to compute the KPI for the 12 last period of my historical data for the forecast at the part number level. Okay. So remember, I had no data in my account. Okay, so I click confirm. As you can see that when you do this, the tool starts computing. In the background, some. First, he upload the file, then he launched the forecast. Actually, we launched 13 forecast computation for every single item. So 12 for the KPI and 1 for the current forecast period. And also you see he's computing, if you look at the jobs, he's computing the ABC computation and the XYZ computation that we described during the webinar. So, and if I go now to the navigator, which was empty, you can see my 10 items.